Hello and welcome to the channel JI Colorist, where we celebrate all things adult coloring. I'm super happy to have you here today. My name is Jody. If this is the first time you're visiting our channel, welcome. And if you're returning regular colorist, hi, glad to have you back. We are going to be looking at all of the items that I colored in May 2024 and two what I'm calling crafts. So they were sticker pages. So let's quickly take a look at our planner. This is the coloring planner that I did myself. I've got some stickers. This is the calendar from the Sarah Renee Clark, the free calendar that she has on her website. In May I hosted, let me just turn the light on for you. In May I hosted a hashtag MythOMay 2024. I am filming this video early, so you still have a few more days to email me at jicolorist@gmail.com, and that is for any newly completed Mythographic or Mythogoria page that you have done in the month of May that you would like to be included in my viewing gallery. That will be a short video the first week of June. I'm going to give everybody a couple more days to get their pictures in. So far I have 25 submissions and they are all spectacular, all very different from many different mythographic books. So it's been really exciting to see people dig into their mythographic books here in May. A few stats to go over. I completed 22 pages. Even though I'm doing this video early, I still had lots of time, obviously, to color. We had a lot of rain in May, so that was a little bit less work outside and more in here in my creative space. I did 2 crafts, like I said, 11 videos, and I participated in 7 hashtags. And I will try to remember to include, or at least mention the hashtags when I get to those pictures. The subs is just for me to kind of keep track of how the channel is growing, and again, this is a week early, so these numbers may not be precisely accurate, but that's okay. I would like to welcome 60 new subscribers to our channel, so that's 60 new fellow adult colorists that have found our channel, and I just want to say welcome. So happy to have you here. If you like what we're doing on the channel and you like what you see in this video today, please consider subscribing. It's free to do so, and I don't ask for subscribers any other time than this month end video. Okay, that's all I've got to say for today. Let's start looking at the beautiful pictures that both my buddies and hopefully I also completed in the month of May. Okay, I'm going to put my book to the side. We start always off with the smallest to the largest. This little cutie page is a printed PDF from the PDF coloring book Lovely Things by our very own talented YouTube fellow colorist Amanda Colors from Australia. So I did this for Mermay 2024. Thanks, Amanda, for I purchased this PDF from her Ko-fi store, so that's a really easy way to get it, and it's in Australian dollars for those of us not in Australia. That means it's a great exchange rate. So just a shameless little plug there. I am still waiting for my Amazon copy to come to do a full flip through of the book, but yeah, excited to at least have started. There's a little bit of Stardust Clear on there and a little bit of gel pen and some markers, and I don't use markers a lot, so there you go. Okay, let's go on to our first full-length book, and I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit. We're going to start out with my smallest book, and those are always seem to be my Lulu Mayo books. This is A Million Cute Animals, and if you've been on my channel a while, you know that this is one of my 5 books to complete in 2024. We did 4 pages this month, and so quite happy with that progress. We have 27 pages left. Let's find the first one that in the book, and it's this cute little I believe these are squirrels. That is a peanut in his mouth. It took me a little while to kind of figure that out, but it looks like he's bringing his sweetheart a peanut and some flowers. So I guess it could have been also for like a date night or Valentine's Day, but I did this page because I had some leftover acrylic paint from another page I did in the book. And so I used the medium pastel acrylic paint. I also used the Dollar Tree gold glitter gel pen for the flowers. I used Staedtler pigment pens. I also used some twin tone markers and some polychromos pencils. So just kind of everything under the sun. And I just finished purchasing the Sharpie bullet tip acrylic paint pens, and I used that on the weight up here. I was just kind of trying to test those. Those will be in a future video, but yeah, just a fun, cute page, and another one done, and a little bit of glaze on our little bugs here. And this little green bug kind of hides there. I kind of did them in similar colors so that he would blend in with the vine. But yeah, if we ever do How Many Ladybugs, there will be a lot, because there seem to be a lot of ladybugs in some of the pictures I've done. Okay, the next page is last month with Amanda Colors. She did the palette challenge, and it was this palette, and I completed this page. And what I thought I would do is continue on with the same palette but switch it up a bit and complete this side. So I brought in a few more colors. In fact, I brought in pink so that the outside, but the rest of the inside of the picture is all in the same palette. So now both pages, even though they were done separately, they do look a little bit cohesive, and that's all I was kind of going for. So yeah, so on this page I used a little bit of metallic gel pen in the center of the flowers. I used some metallic gel pen for the little holders here of the, what I'm thinking are like dog biscuits or bonbons. And I used, let me check on the pencils. So the pencils were a combination of polychromos pencils and my Staedtler pigment pens, and the metallic is the Jelly Roll. Really, really like how the Staedtler pigment pens work in these books. There's absolutely no bleed through. The ink dries pretty much right away, and yeah. So, and in the chair I've got some metallic gel pen as well. So just a little bit of interest. So yeah, happy with this double page spread. Happy to have another page done. Okay, this page here is a buddy color with a new friend all the way from Paris, France. Her name is Chaira Biscaro, and I am going to show her page here first. As a new buddy colorist, we kind of went back and forth a little bit. Her page turned out fabulous. We were both using this color palette 376, so a very diverse color palette, and not at all something that you would see typically in a couple of animals. So it really stretched both of our skills to try and bring those colors in. I love how she did her cats. They're kind of a little bit multicolored, and the orange background is really cool, and I love the way she did her little mushrooms. So yeah, well done. It was a joy to color with you, Chaira, and I hope that we do some more again. So if you look, it's shiny. I'm not sure if that's coming across, but it's the Glitter Mod Podge Extreme. So I had before that used the Staedtler pigment pens, some Equaline brush markers, and some Signo gel pens. So the Staedtler markers are the trees and the leaves, but yeah, I broke up my Equaline brush markers and tried to do the background and kind of like a wet wash, and it was okay, but it was a little bit patchy, so I decided to throw the Glitter Mod Podge Extreme on top just to kind of bring both sides of it together. I made this a calico cat, I made this a white cat, and yeah. I did bring in black as a color because I didn't know how else to. Pretty sure he's a badger, so. But it was very, very fun. Lots of little dots here and there with the bronze Uniball Signo gel pen. So yeah, fun. Okay, the next page, still in the same book, is this picture here. And this picture here is a video on my channel just from last week. And this was me doing a background with the Meeden pastel acrylic paint. So I do the background on screen. And then for the rest of it, I used some polychromos for the fox. The tree and the flowers are done in Staedtler pigment pens and also Pitt Artist pens. I've got some metallic in the center of some of the leaves, and I've got glossy accents on the eyes. The owls kind of all look kind of like they're looking around. And I've colored all of these little birds as robins, so they're all the same, and so they kind of actually just blend right into the picture because they're kind of blending into the tree. And I thought that was kind of interesting, and because otherwise I would normally do them like blue or something like that, but I thought that I may want them to just blend in a little bit more. Happy with how the paint went on. Really easy, and you can see that in the video. No warping of the page. It's not super thick. That took one coat, and yeah, I will be using those Meeden paints a lot more in the future. And that, I think, were all of the pages in the book from A Million Cute Animals. Sticking with Lulu Mayo for a while, I did A Million Cute Llamas. I did one page from here, and it was also a buddy color. So before showing my picture, I am going to show you my buddy's Nicky's. So Nicky comes from New Zealand, and she is an avid buddy color. She goes under the name of niccnaccolours on Instagram, and you can check out her page. She's got lots of things, and she buddy colors with a lot of people. So I'm happy that she had some time to buddy color with me. I love the blue that she used in her picture, and her cute llama is pink, and I thought that was adorable. So that was her page. I went ahead and I used another Sarah Renee Clark color palette, and this time it's 387. And if you noticed a little bit of a theme, I've really tried to add color to my pages this month, at least in a few of the pictures. And so this is how my page turned out. And because there was a lot of colors, I saw a lot of rainbows, so I made everything kind of rainbow colors. In fact, down below, this is also in rainbow order. It's a little bit overwhelming probably, but I really do like how it turned out. I'm happy with all of the little rainbow pieces, and there's a lot happening on this page, but I had a lot of fun. Happy to have another picture done in this book and with another buddy color with niccnaccolours. So thank you, Nicky. Some of this is glaze pens, and this pastel stuff is my Artex paint markers. I've got some Dollar Tree glitter marker there, and I've used the Pitt Artist pens for the dark blue, Uniball Signal for the stars and the dots, and some Polychromos pencils, obviously. So yeah, lots of, and the shiny blue along here is my new blue Uniball Signal gel pen. So the metallic ones that I picked up last month. So there is lots of shine when you move the page and stuff. So kind of fun. And that is the one page I did from A Million Llamas this month. Still sticking with Lulu Mayo, we now have A Million Sea Creatures. I picked one page out of this book, a mermaid page, and I posted it on my community tab on YouTube here. And anybody who wanted to color along, had the book and wanted to color along in this book for that page, if you hadn't already colored it, you could submit it to me via email at jicolorist@gmail.com. I had 5 people submit entries, so I am going to go ahead and give some time for you to see all 5 beautiful entries from our fellow subscribers here on YouTube. Really appreciate everybody subscribing that wanted to participate, sending me their pictures. They were fun to see, and they were all talented in their own right. So it was really, really fun to see the same page done 6 times this month. And here is my page. Okay, reading over what I used on this page myself, I did the background with gelatos. And I did used some polychromos pencils, some Colourist watercolors on our little dolphins here. The glaze pen is on the shiny center area. I've got some Winsor Newton iridescent medium on top of pencils. I used the Colourist pencils for a change. So those are the macaron pastel pencils. That's what I used here. And the watercolor is also here, a little bit on the sea anemone. And then this is the first time I've ever tried rainbow hair, and I think I probably need more work on my hair, but it was fun to do, and I think she turned out okay. And then I did rainbow also on her scales to kind of make her just a fun mermaid. So this was my mermaid for the mermaid, and I also used glaze for the blue bubbles that I got going. And I've got her shell bralette is a pink glitter watercolor. So yeah, lots of fun things. I was trying to break out of my normal colors and also break out a bunch of mediums that I had not used because I had previously been away. So, and no bleed through. So happy about that. And yeah, I really do not have a lot of problems in Lulu Mayo books. So I think their paper is not as bad as some other books. So yeah, that is my one page from A Million Sea Creatures. This next book is Sea of Colors by Angela Gonzalez. This is the group buddy color along book that Amanda Colors is hosting. She picks a page every month, and we do that. I'm also trying to finish this book this month, or this year in 2024. So I have done an extra page in here. First we will do the group buddy color, and Amanda picked a mermaid picture for Mermaid. In this picture I have used my mechanical pencils, some various gel pens. We've got shiny gel pen in a bunch of spots all over the place. So that's the Jelly Roll Metallic for the main part. I've also used triple thick on a few of the eyeballs. Not all of them, just a few of them. I wanted to kind of see how I like them. It does work quite well. It didn't seem to warp the page, which was nice. And it's a little easier to apply than glossy accents, but I'm still testing it, so I don't have a definitive love or hate relationship with it yet. But yeah, and Staedtler pigment pens. So just some pencil crayons. For the blue bubbles, I added a few extra bubbles. That is the Jelly Roll glaze. So that is that page. And then Amanda Colors also holds a AC palette challenge where she picks a palette from the Sarah Renee Clark color cubes, which I have. So the palette for this month was 37, which is a whole lot of pink and purple. And so I decided to do non-traditional colors, and I did this heart kelp and shells in pink and purples, and then I used the triple thick on the eyes of the snails. And I just had some fun. No background, which is odd for me, but I tried to just stick right with the palette and not do anything extra. So for this, I used a bunch of markers. I used the pens, the Staedtler pigment pens, some polychromos, and then activate it with Gamsol. And then I also used some new fine liners to me, which were Stabilo 68, and yeah, and then the triple thick. So lots of different pinks and lots of different fine liners and pigment pens. So, and that is the 2 pages I did. I am down to 21 pages left in this book. So we are moving right along. Okay, the next book is back to Lulu-Mayo, only this time it is the Kawai Tarot coloring book. I am following along with the YouTube channel Happy Catastrophe. Candace over there has a series and a playlist, and she is coloring the tarot cards, and she's doing 1 card every month. So we are up to, I think, card 10 now coming up. I started late, so I have a little bit of catch up to do, which is why I did so many pages this month. Probably won't get to this many pages in a future month, but let's get into it. But I will link Candace's channel below in the video description, because yeah, if you've ever wondered what the tarot was all about, she's explaining it really, really well, and I'm totally enjoying the series. Okay, on to the coloring part. So like I said, this is the page that I did last month. This is the Magician. So I'm doing these pages in order. And for this one, I used Inktense for the blue background. I used Clear watercolors for, there's some dark blue and some pink watercolor. You'll see some reflection there. So that's the Clear paints. It's the Rainbow series. And I also used Staedtler pigment pens, Spectrum Noir brush pens, and polychromos. But I know that this was the Dollar Tree gold. I'm trying to use a few different kinds of gold along the edges to see which one I liked best. But yeah, so this is the Magician card. And Inktense worked pretty well. It worked the paper a little bit, but no bleed through. So that's fine. These are single-sided pretty much books. Which is also good, but use polychromos on the actual owl. And yeah, the Staedtler pigment brush pens are these ones here. So you shake them up, and it's a sparkly watercolor ink in there. So just trying to use a bunch of different mediums this month. So that's the Magician. And then I also did the High Priestess. And in this one, I used Gelatos for the moon. I used Staedtler pigment pens, Artex paint pens. So down below here, I used some Artex paint pens. I used Uniball gel pens, the Fine Tech Gold for around here. Inktense, I mentioned that, and Polychromos pencils. So the Inktense is the pomegranates. And then the Staedtler pigment pens are the green leaves and the trees. And then polychromos are the pencils, and then Uniball Signo gel pen to outline the moon and put a little sparkle in the hair of our unicorn High Priestess. And yeah, like how that page turned out. And the next page we did is the Empress. And the Empress is, I used Paul Rubens glitter watercolor paints. So the along the edge here and along the anywhere that there's a shiny gold or pink gold paint, that's the Paul Rubens watercolor glitter paint. I have not used those in quite some time, so it was time to break those out of the cupboard. And I also did Polychromos pencils, Inktense again for the pomegranates. I liked how those were working. And some Uniball gold gel pen and green gel pen. And then the Staedtler pigment pens. So really liking the all the different mediums that I tried this month. I enjoyed working with them, and I enjoyed pulling out ones that I hadn't used for a while. And again, this is a pretty bright picture for me, so yeah. And the last page I did in this book is the Emperor, and I used gelatos for the blue background. I used washi tape this time for the border. Winsor Newton iridescent medium on top of the mountains here. So they kind of give a little bit of shine and reflectiveness. They could be like snow. I use Uniball gel pen, Staedtler pigment pens, polychromos pencils, and a little bit of glossy accents. And so this in here is the Uniball metallic pen. This is the Uniball gold pen. And I kind of wanted it to look like stained glass behind him because the Emperor is kind of churchy. He's very much churchy. So I kind of wanted to bring that church aspect into this, but still use the colors kind of from around him to be shining through. So yeah, that was and cute little adoring puppies. So none of those are realistic colors, and I think I'm doing pretty good breaking out of that mold. So that's 4 pages done in the Kawai Tarot book. I'm not sure that I will get as many done in 1 month again, but they are working currently on this one, the Wheel of Fortune. So, and I've I'll give you a little sneak peek. This here is actually just pretty ribbon that I had, and I was cleaning my office. I didn't want to throw the ribbon out, so I thought, well, where can I use it in one of my coloring books? And I remembered that there's borders on all of these pages, so I really like how that looks. So I just glued that ribbon right down with some white glue, and there it is. So that's a sneak peek for a future coloring in the Kawai Tarot coloring book by Lulu Mail. Our next book is Grains of Gold by Hannah Carlson. I have been using this book as part of my gem birthstones of the month. And so every month I am doing the birthstone for that month. So I used the same page for both April. I started this page in April with diamonds, and I finished it in May with emeralds. So I'm hoping we can get some shine on this. And I'll explain. There is 2 videos, so obviously, and there's a playlist for the gems I used. Fine Tech gold paint. On some of the gold, I used Uniball Signo gel pens. Dollar Tree glitter markers, so that's the inside area here. I then went over it with some polychromos, so we got polychromos doing the gold down here. So I did 3 different type of golds. I used stickles, polychromos pencils, some Pentel dual hybrid, some Couleur macaron colored pencils, and then I used some triple thick on a few of the emeralds. So the drop emeralds actually have that glossy triple thick, if I can get it to shine. There we go. So lots of bling. The dual hybrid looks really pretty in person, and I was trying to go for, because this is a crown, I thought a lovely lady would wear on her head. So I was doing it as more of a feminine crown, and the flowers are white and green. And then I did green around here. At first this was empty because I wasn't really sure what it was, but then I realized that they were just little stones inset. So then I made those emeralds as well, and I covered them with glossy accents, so they are glossy as well. So happy how this page turned out. It did take a long time. I've got all of the These flowers here are outlined in silver gel pen. I've got silver gel pen on the inside of all the diamonds. And the diamonds themselves are a few different colors. So yeah, I hope you are enjoying the series. They are taking lots of time to research, but I'm learning a lot and I'm enjoying that part of it. So I hope that some of that comes through the videos. And I hope that by the end of this year, we all know a little bit more about gems and also have added a few more to our repertoire, because really I only color a few gems, so I'm learning lots and adding to my skills as well. So there you go. That is the one page I completed from Grains of Gold by Hannah Carlson. Next book is going to require an adjusting of the camera, so 1 second. So another series that we're doing this year is also, since we were doing the birthstones of the month, I also thought that I would do the Astrology animal of the month. So every month, so this month it was May, so that's Taurus. Taurus is a bull. There is a beautiful picture of a bull in Astrology Coloring by Anna Jaron. There is a video on my channel. In fact, it was just on Sunday, so you may have just finished watching it. And it is of this lovely bull. I have a girlfriend who is a talented photographer, and she had posted on her Facebook feed some pictures of a bull she had just taken pictures of. And yeah, so I used her pictures as inspiration for my coloring, and I love how it turned out. Really happy with it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. We do go over trivia questions during this video, so hopefully you had fun answering some of those questions as well. This did take a long time. I don't do the whole thing on camera, but I do take you through quite a few pieces of it to show you how I completed the hair. And the flowers on here are actually done in Inktense, Pitt pens. This here is done with polychromos, and the background is an ink pad. And then the leaves are done with Pitt pens and Staedtler pigment pens. So some of the really fine lines here, it's just easiest to use a pigment pen, since it just takes one pass. Some of these look like dandelions, but I kind of made them into what I'm saying are like brown-eyed Susans. And then the rest, Alberta's national or provincial flower is actually the wild rose, and these very much look like the wild roses that grow outside, like in my backyard. So that's how I colored those. Happy how he turned out. Happy to have the second page done in this book. It's a lovely book. It's quite large though, so it's an 11 by 8 inch book, so it's larger than a normal size copy paper. So yeah, and I hope that everyone enjoyed that video, or you are enjoying this series. Okay, let's look at what else I did. I was lucky enough to have 2 fellow colorists want to buddy up with me in the ink house in the month of May. I do a monthly checklist challenge with Cindy Visor, and so I am going to, we picked a double page spread. So off of our checklist, we were doing the double page spread, and we were also doing fashion. Cindy did more than I did. She did 2. I combined the double page spread and fashion as one double entry, and she actually did a fashion page, so I'm going to show you that right now. So here is Cindy's fashion page. I think it's pretty cute. I'm not sure which book it's from, but yeah, adorable. And then we both did the double page spread of pugs. So here is Cindy's page, and she really did well on her left hand side, her multicolored page, or the shirt on her one pug to the left. She did a lot of work on that. So well done, Cindy. And we both decided or were drawn to the same color glasses for our pug. So I thought that was kind of fun and interesting. But Cindy has been keeping me on task and on track with doing this checklist. So I really appreciate that, Cindy. And I look forward to next month's choices as well. I'll show you mine now. Okay. So here is my double page spread. And I used pigment pen for the glasses. I used the triple thick for both lenses on the glasses. So my glasses are actually shiny. And so in this case, the triple thick worked really well. It didn't warp the paper because this is quite a large area. So I was happy with that. And I think that the ticket is triple thick is good for large areas and the glossy accents works best for the smaller areas. But yeah, happy with how that turned out. I also did, this is a little bug here. I'm not sure. On these pages, there's always a bug reading a newspaper, and you kind of have to find the bug. I made him glossy as well because he's kind of blending in. I used gelatos for my shirts. So the whole thing is gelato, and then the buttons are pigment pen. I used did a few more stars in the sky, and again, gelato, 2 different colors, a light purple and a darker purple. And then I used my color wheel to decide what color to make the tie. And yeah, so a couple of different colors of gelato on the tie. And just a little bit of pink in his eyes underneath where, you know, your eye has that little bit of skin there. So yeah, it went pretty quickly, and once the gelato is dry, it's good. I don't need to have a piece of paper between these at all. And yeah, really happy how it turned out. And yeah, I thought it was cute that we both went with the same color glasses. And yeah, it just made sense. I did do a little bit of metallic gel pen along some of the detail on the shirt, but I don't think it's going to show on camera. But yeah, there is a little bit of green metallic jelly roll on there. I had fun breaking out my gel pens this month. So that's that. I had one other page done in a buddy color, and this time it was with Laura Jane. So let me show you Laura Jane's picture first. This is my second time buddy coloring with Laura, and she picked fun colors for her badger. I love how she has blue peeking in from the top window. I didn't put a color in mine, and yeah, I really liked how hers turned out. And she is slowly getting along in this book as well, so I'm glad to help her get a couple of more pages done in her ink house. And then this is my page, and for the background in the green, bring it up a little bit, I used gelatos. They just do a really nice smooth background so that it's great for walls and floors, so I really like that. And then I used Staedtler pigment pens and a little bit of bronze metallic gel pen along the very edge. But the pigment pens, no bleed through at all, no ghosting. This is a black page as well, but there is no ghosting. So yeah, the Staedtler pigment pens, really good. I left him as white and black because the badger is already white and black, so I left him alone other than his shirt. But really like how this page turned out, and it was a fun page to do. So thank you again, Laura Jane, for buddy coloring with me in the ink house. The next page is from Frogs and Friends, Volume 2. This is for Amanda Colors and Disney Meg's Coloring, monthly Frogs and Friends color along, where they pick a page and we all color it. This time they picked the tugboat. So this was a fun page. I did use this when I was first opening up my Meeden pastel acrylic paints, and I had done the swatching and I didn't want to waste the paint. So I pulled this page out and I did the background in the acrylic paint and some sponge. And then for the rest of him, I actually went and used some watercolor, so some metallic watercolors, and on the hat and his little boots and his, basically on the tugboat guy. This guy is metallic, the pastel paint. And then for the rest of it, I used Caron Brush Pro markers that I hadn't used from forever, some Copic markers, and the metallic paint was the Paul Rubens metallic watercolors. So yeah, the gray is the Copic. So lots of fun. And just a cute little guy, but I do like how reflective he is. What the heck? He's a tugboat. Okay, on to our next book. We started off the month with May 1st being May Day, and so I picked a picture from Romantic Country 3, the third tale, and it's by Erie, and it says Spring Has Come. And this is the page I picked. We used gelatos on the background, macaroon colored pencils, polychromos, jelly rolls, Staedtler pigment pens, and then some glaze and some jelly roll metallic gel pens. So lots of fun on this, and I really like how the background, I mean, it kind of gives you the whole party vibe, and the colors are light and spring-like, and yeah, happy with how this page turned out. Really happy with my bear. I think he's adorable. And she's adorable too, but yeah. A dancing bear. And I tried to use the colors from the background on the different ribbons so that it kind of all tied together. But yeah, nice spring colors. Just right for celebrating May Day. And that brings us to our final book. And that is a mythographic book, and it is Magical Earth. I had 2 buddy colors in this book this month, and this was also the book that I colored in for my Mytho May 2024. So I held a hashtag where you could color, like I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video, any mythographic or mythogoria page and submit it to me. If you haven't submitted yours, please send it quickly in the next couple of days to jicolorist@gmail.com, and I will get it into the viewing gallery or the video gallery the first week of June. So the 2 pages that I did were both buddy colors, and they were both with talented ladies from here on YouTube. So I will also link their channels below. By all means, go check out their videos. They will be explaining in more detail their pictures. So the first one I'm going to show you is the seeds page. And this was also done, and I'm going to show you hers first. Jazzy Doodle Designs. She did hers on screen, quite a bit of it, and it's stunning. She used pastels in her background, so did I. So that is kind of where our similarities start and end. She did her spider web so that it kind of faded into the background and made it look bejeweled by adding a ton of little sparkly details on it with a white pen. I just love her color choices. It's very soft and beautiful, and I think it's a stunning page. So well done, Wendy from Jazzy Doodle Designs. Thank you for buddy coloring with me. And this is my page. And my page, I also, like I mentioned, did pan pastels in the background. I'm actually going to lower the camera a little bit. I also used glaze pigment. So the black, I wanted the spider web to stand out and kind of explain why these things were stuck on the page where they were, because they were stuck in the spider web. So there are 3 bottles on the page. I have done the bottle outline with a glaze pens. the Jelly Roll Glaze type pens like this. I used Polychromos pencils. I also used some dual hybrid, a little bit of the spider web is here, but then they've got all these sticky bits that are clinging to the glass, and for those I used the clear Stardust gel pen. So that's this guy here. So that's the Jelly Roll Clear, and so that's when you move the page, you see all these parts that are tangled and stuck to things. Those are the clear Stardust. And then I actually put, I did not cover this one or this one in the triple thick. I only covered the large glass bottle there. So she's shiny, but the rest is not. And yeah, really happy with how this turned out. I stared at this page for a long time, trying to figure out what colors I wanted to do. I did want to bring in different colors in each of the bottles. So I've got pink and peach in the center one with lots of greens. And in this one, I've got peach and green. And then over here, I've got like an orangey and green and yellow here. And all of those kind of look like they're also from the background. So yeah. The butterflies, I really had a hard time figuring out what to do with those, but I ended up picking out some of the colors from the bottles and from the other items on the page to kind of bring those colors out. But yeah, if I did it again, I love how she did her spider web. You know, I could have done some dots on my spider web too, but I thought, no, this was what I had chosen to start with. So even though I love her idea, I didn't want to also kind of steal her idea. So I just kept with what I was doing. And yeah, but I totally love how both pages turned out, how we started similar and totally ended up in two different spots. So again, here I'll show a side by side. So I'll shift mine over and I'll show hers right here so you can see them together. Pretty spectacular how the differences show up. Thank you so much, Wendy, and thank you for participating in Mythographic May. All right, let's look at my second page done, and this time it was done with Color and Create with Jana, and she also did some of hers on screen. So I'll show you her page first, and here's her page. We went back and forth, so it's Color and Create with Jana. I love her clouds. I love how she got lots of different colors in her foliage. She had a fun color scheme for her little tree house. And yeah, I really do like her clouds. That's kind of what I initially kind of was going for, but that is not what I ended up with. So well done, Jana. And thank you very much for buddy coloring with me. And here is my page. I did the background on screen as part of a video, and I did gelatos in the background, including all the trees. So the trees and the sky and the clouds were all done in background in the video with gelatos. And then I used some Artex paint pens to go over the lines in the clouds to kind of bring out the color that I was trying to get going in the clouds. I used a little bit of gold along here because I wanted the orange to show up on the bottom and kind of be going like a sunset or sunrise. A little bit of glossy accents in the little guy's eyes. And otherwise I used Polychromos pencils and Staedtler pigment pens for the rest. I used Inktense on the roof, so I was happy with that. And I kind of have some lightness coming on, like as if the sun is shining, hitting some of the, you know, through the canopy of the trees. You're getting some light and some yellow and green reflecting on the roof a little bit. Pretty happy with how this came out. Along with the gelato in the trees, I did come in with a little bit of Staedtler pigment pen just to add a little bit more depth and a few spots. I had to Google how the spots look on a giraffe to make sure I was coloring it correctly. I'm really happy with my tree house and the wood and stuff. I think I've got how I like doing wood. So yeah, so really happy to have this page done. Really happy to have 2 pages done now in the Mythographic Magical Earth. Thank you very much to Jana and to Wendy for coloring with me in here, and I look forward to seeing everybody's completed Mythographic pages next week in the video for that. All right, that's it for me today, except for going to show you 2 pages that I'm calling crafts. I did 2 pages in this book. I'm going to shut this. There we go. Okay, so 2 sticker pages done from extremely cute animals. I'm just calling these crafts because I wanted to do something, but I didn't want to break out and do a bunch of like I didn't want to start a brand new diamond painting or anything, but I did want to do something creative other than coloring. So I did this in May. I did a baby elephant, and then it was also a hedgehog day in it was also penguin day. I didn't get the penguin done, but I did get a hedgehog done. So these start out looking like this, and then you match up, you have a page of stickers. I'll show you like a page of stickers like this, and then you get them all together and you make your animal. So I did the hedgehog and the elephant this month, and that's what I'm calling a craft. All right, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a wonderful week. I hope you do something creative and colorful of your own, and I hope you have a great June. I've got lots of things going on in June, so hopefully I can pre-record a few videos because I will be away for a brief time in June. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Again, if you like what you see, please consider subscribing, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And that's it for today. Take care. Bye-bye.